What's up, everybody? Smoove Cosplay here, your favorite salsa dancing cosplayer. You guys, I have a treat for y'all, all the way from out in Arizona, correct?
Right,
Right,
Phoenix.
right. Phoenix, Arizona. We have Miss Sara Moni Cosplay. Sarah, how are you doing this evening?
Hi, I'm doing great. It's nice to see a face and not just these
Right.
walls.
Yes, yes. Yo, so I plan on dropping this in it's May right now, right? It's May.
Early May.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So I plan on dropping this in June. So just in case whatever happens in between now and then happens, this was going on during the whole COVID-19 thing. So that's what we're talking about in case anything happens and nobody's like, oh, what are y'all talking about? Being cooped up and stuff. Anyway, Sarah, I have to ask you, when did you fall in love with cosplay?
2012, I think, was when I fell in love with it. 2010 is when I first was like, oh, costumes, not for a costume party.
Hmm.
Okay, so getting into that in 2012, that's when I joined the Arizona Avengers, our
Okay.
local charity costuming group. So doing it really on the regular was the gateway into the rest of the community.
Okay. Cool. 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 So how has that journey been for you so far?
It's been great. It's opened so many doors and so many people to me that I never thought I would meet. It's an interesting community to think about because we're in it, and it's so strange until you explain it to somebody who isn't. So they're like,
Yeah.
so it's like a club. And it's like, no, it's not like a club. Well, so it's like you're kind of like a sports team. I'm like, like,
Kind of, not really, but
like is Marvel a team and DC a team? I'm like, okay, no, okay. So it's an interesting, true community in the sense that you're meeting people, you're engaging with people, you're creating things sometimes together. Oh, I love your Wonder Woman. How did you do that? I want to take this technique and apply it to this. So you're communicating with people in a way to build each other up and support. Because you're like, hey,
right.
great. Like I'm into that. So it's like it feeds off of that positive energy and just a true creative energy. Got to be constructive and not destructive.
I like the constructive, not destructive. Y'all take notes on that. Constructive, not destructive. Yes. I joked about that just because I know, like, we got the positive aspect of it. You know, we all love building people up. We love, hey, sharing techniques, sharing secrets. But we know there's also those people who are like, I'm not sharing anything because I don't want. I really don't even know why people do that. Like, I don't know why that's even a thing. Because, like, this is not a, what's the word? This is not a zero sum thing. There's plenty pieces in the pie for everybody. So I can't even fathom why somebody would hold back. Have you ever run into that, or has it just all been pretty positive for you?
Yeah, I mean, I've heard other people talk about that, and my thing is just like everything's online anyway.
Right,
It's
we're gonna find it eventually, right?
it's not like, oh, there's some secret like, oh, I created Warbler solely, and I'm the only person who knows it and has it, and like
It's
nobody,
mine, all mine. You
yeah,
have to have it.
like, come on. So you want
Right.
people, and at the same time, you do want to give back to the people who are putting in the work of research.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, give credit.
Amen to that. So you mentioned what was the name of the group that you joined?
The Arizona Avengers.
Arizona Avengers. Okay. Now is that a charity group?
Yeah, we're actually 5013, so it's
Okay.
513C, and we do lots of community events, so local things for like our inner city food banks, our schools, our
Hmm.
libraries, hospitals, and then broader charities like we've done stuff for like Make a Wish. Um, Kids Need to Read would probably be the most one that we work with the most often. But
Okay.
yeah, we're good for anything. Snowball Express is a cool one. That's actually at
Hmm.
the airport, which is pretty cool. Going through TSA in full costume with 10 other people that are
Ooh.
dressed up.
Well, I'm gonna come back to something. You just reminded me of something. I'm gonna come back to part of that, but What's your favorite part of doing cosplay for charity?
You get to see repeated, genuine reactions
Yeah.
from kids,
Mm.
and it's just a purity, and it's like no drug can top it when you see like I'm in
Yeah.
Aura, and some kid comes up and they want to like touch me, and it doesn't transfer, so there's like, oh my god, and then they're like,
That's really Gamora.
Do you see it? I was like, yeah, like that's a really cool feeling. I have to can I get a little feelsy?
Do you? This is all about you right now. Do you?
Well, this is an experience that actually a friend of mine had at one of our hospital visits. The particular event was for kids that were coming out of or going into heart surgeries.
Oh.
And so good. So my friend was dressed up as Tony Stark. And he had his arc reactor in. And there was a little boy that came up, and it was just like he's got his the scars and like some like tube or something, and he was just like, I've got one just like you. I wanted to die. I was like, oh
wow,
God. Like that, like I will never forget that. It was just the most amazing reaction.
That's beautiful. I like as soon as you said art reactor, like I kind of pictured what was about to happen, and I was like, right here, man. Wow.
I'm just gonna hug my bag of elastics right here. We're gonna get through it.
Wow, that is beautiful. Yeah, and just to think of little kids, whether they're in that situation or just you just see them at a random con, like just to see them being elated. I'm like, that's one of my favorite things to see. That's just the pure love, the pure excitement that happens with that, and they don't care what you look like. I mean, I'm pretty sure like when you do like charity type stuff, like I've heard people say you kind of have to be like on point and accurate, but like when you're at a con, like the kids don't care if Wonder Woman's a different color or if this other character is a different size. Like they see that character and they light up. So it's just like that's where I'm like, all the trolls, all the naysayers, y'all shut up. The little kids don't care. They love it.
Yeah, I've seen kids get more excited, or they'll call me things that are completely off the wall, and I agree. Whatever they say, that's exactly what I am. Oh, awesome. Are you Tinkerbell? Yes, I am. Don't forget. Have you seen Peter Pan? Oh, okay. That's fine. They're just having fun. It's Peter
Wow.
You just have fun with it. With kids, they're looking at, like you said, like those big signifiers. It's like, if you have red hair, you're not Mary Jane, you're Ariel. So that's
right. Today you Ariel. Right.
Yeah. And it's like,
that kid, yeah.
That's all fine. Or sometimes they don't know what you are. Like today is May the 4th, so it's a whole lot of Star Wars cosplay going out, and so I've worn my Twi'lek alien out. And people are like, I don't know what it is, but I love it. I'm like,
right.
You don't have to know what it is, but I'm glad you love it.
Yeah, that's my line whenever I don't recognize something. I'm like, you look amazing, but I have no idea who you are. Can I get a picture?
Yeah. It's a cool thing going back to the community, because then that opens up a door for a whole conversation for that person to get educated on, like,
right.
I learned something, like I can take away something, and then the person wearing it can be like, I love this character and here's why, and I
right.
Can so it's like
true.
Right.
Cool. When you mentioned being, going into TSA in costume, that reminded me of I haven't really had to do this yet, because I think I've flown to a convention once. So how does that? What are the obstacles you run into trying to travel with your cosplay?
It's really just an issue of planning, and sometimes you might just have to take a hit and not your big and fancy costume, because anything that you pack, once you put it on that conveyor belt, like that's kind of like a signed waiver saying if it comes back in different pieces or not at all, that's what can happen. So for me, I usually
Yeah.
like a no prop, or like, all right, okay, it's gonna be spider suits all weekend. So they roll up in tiny little spandex, and you know, no props or anything.
Gotcha. So basically, nothing that you would be pissed off about if you lost it or broke it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. 'Cause there's just
Okay.
there's so many variables, because it's like TSA can search it and be like, oh, this, I have these acrylic cut Psylocke blades, and it's like, oh, this, it's pointy, it's a weapon, and then that's the
Yeah.
last thing.
Yeah.
You don't want to hear that W word at TSA. Oh
Mm.
God, So
Right.
issues like that, and then again, things broken, and a lot of conventions with props are kind of up in the air anyway. That's
Yeah.
been in the environment of just security and things like that. So
Yeah.
steer clear now.
Yeah. Because I remember the one time I did fly. This was for New York WinterCon. I think this was the first time having it, and I went. I was meeting up with some of my GI Joe crew. We got a charity as well. I went as my Snake Eyes, and I was like, crap. I probably shouldn't bring my grenades. I probably shouldn't bring my little plastic Uzi. I'm like, and I think at the time some shooting had just happened somewhere, or I think it was on the heels of either Trayvon Martin or somebody or something else like that happened. I was just like, yeah, probably not good. And of course, my wonderful wife, she is very protective of me. So she was like, I don't want anything to happen to you. I'm like, okay, babe, okay, I won't do it. So yeah, so that's always stuck with me. I'm just like, I'm not taking any of my good stuff. Like, as soon as you said what you said there, I'm like, I'm crossing this cosplay off. This cosplay never flying with me. This cosplay never flying with me. Yeah. Yeah, because there's certain ones where I would be heartbroken if something happened. So I'm just like, yeah, nah. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Well, there is one tiny loophole for anything that's like not a prop weapon or anything like that, but just something
Right.
just elaborate. Your other option is you wear it on the plane,
Ooh.
and that's really fun. That's because I've been. What was my last one that I flew for? Right before all this happened, I flew out to Chicago for C2.
Mm-hmm.
Had some stuff that I didn't want broken. So I was like, well, it's also going to be cold leaving Phoenix going to Chicago in February. So I had, for actual layers, part of my cosplay jacket, my regular jacket, my windbreaker, wearing the headpiece that I didn't want to pack, shuffling all in to, through baggage or the TSA check and everything. But it's like, but I know that it is on my person, so it won't get broken. So
Right.
that's the only other exception. If you can't pack it, if you can't afford to break it, gotta wear it.
That just gave me an idea. I just don't know if it'll work. This is something I haven't done yet, but my dream cosplay is so Ghostface Killer from Wu-Tang Clan. His alias, because everybody in Wu-Tang Clan has a gajillion AKAs, his alias is Tony Stark, which is why he named his first album Iron Man. So I always had this vision of taking some Iron Man armor but painting it black and yellow for the Wu-Tang colors, and having the Wu-Tang logo as his arc reactor.
Okay.
But it's like I can't not take that to New York and go to New York Comic Con. But at the same time, I'm like, if that gets broken, so I'm like, what if I get on the plane as that? But that's going to be kind of difficult to sit in, though. So
yeah, then you're working at that foam crunch.
Yeah. Because I'm trying to decide if I want to do it foam or 3D printed. Either way, it's not going to be comfortable. So,
well, since he's going with Tony Stark, you could just do a Tony Stark and get the colors in a Wu-Tang tie.
This
and
is true.
The W's all where the arc reactor would be, and then just still facial hair.
Okay. I see where you're going with that. I like it.
Gotta get creative. So I'm like, don't let those dreams die. What's your dream costume?
Right.